Hello, hello, hello. We're gonna get started here in a few minutes. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone who's hopping in. I'll probably say it again once we're actually getting started, but I hope everyone did have a wonderful day, whether you were able to spend it with family or you had to, you know, obviously quarantine and just kind of eat with the people you live with. Hopefully everyone did have a wonderful day. I think for the most part I was able to avoid story spoilers for the most part for this chapter. I think there was only like one thing that I got spoiled on, and that's a certain duo of characters that appear here. But we'll be here to find out, and then obviously the best part about all this is we get hard and very hard, so that's extra gleamstones we'll be able to get. Guess while we're waiting, I can get some of these dailies done, because I haven't really had much time to play this today. Just get some of this out of the way. Let me try to take a friend person. We'll just have this run through real quick. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I'll say it again. Definitely hope everyone had a safe and thankful day. Alright, takes care of that one. Let's go ahead and get the gold one out of the way. I think like another 5 minutes and we'll actually hop into the story itself, because part 2 always tends to be a little bit more lengthy than part 1. Yup, we got more gleamstones right just in time for the, it hasn't been revealed yet, but if you look at the pictures, it's pretty obvious who the two characters are. But for the Christmas, Saray and Mikleo we're going to be getting. Odds are I'm probably not going to summon, just because it's really going to depend on what they are. Yeah, the Black Friday banner, they could have done a lot better. You know, even if they did something where it was like, oh, like make it one rotation, you know, what they're doing, you know, the buy 3, get 1 free, but then make all 4 of those multis, and you can only do it once, so you only get 4 summons total. Make each one like guaranteed SSR or something, because like getting an extra multi is not really that great. I guess if you're a whale, you know, it might be a good incentive to summon if you're really going to go in that deep. You know, those extra summons will probably help you. But your casual, you know, if you have the amount of gleamstones that I have, for example, you know, you could do those 4 multis and still not get anything. Yeah, so before we get started, let's actually talk about Saray and Mikleo real quick and what I guess kind of hope for them to be. Or what would get me to summon for them. So, obviously, the first Saray we have is Wind, so this one presumably should not be Wind. And then the Mikleo that we have in the game is Water, so the Mikleo we get probably won't be Water. Not saying we won't ever get another Mikleo again that's Water, it's just there would be no reason to summon for another Mikleo unless he was like an attacking type, like a single target attacking type. Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool. You know, you do 3 multis and you get to pick an SSR. But yeah, so overall, like, we look at my account, I'm pretty set in terms of units, but what I'm really kind of... Wind, I'm fine. You know, I've got 5 units, and I've got healing covered, and I've got damage output covered. I really don't need anything for wind right now. I think I'm set. Until there's something really unique for wind, I don't really need to summon. Water, okay, so we're gonna talk about that in a second, actually. So, light, we're fine. I don't need anything for light, you know. Maybe like a really high output, kind of like damage unit. But besides that, I don't need anything for light. Because even for damage, I've got Alicia and I've got Milla. Those are my, you know, heavy hitters right there. And then for Dark... Dark, I'm honestly fine. We've got Leon in terms of damage output, and then we've got Leon and Ludger are for damage output, and then we've got, you know, healing covered with Zelos. So really what I'm kind of looking for, to be totally honest, I'm looking for Earth. I think Earth is my biggest problem right now. I want a really good damage output Earth unit. So if either Saray or Mikleo ends up being a damage output Earth unit, then I may summon. Because you look right here, Lloyd is defensive, Veg is defensive. Rita is kind of like... She's low on stats. You know, she's kind of defensive as well, actually. You look at her stuff right there. She's defensive, she's got some AoE stuff. And then Yuri himself, you can also look at his stats. He's pretty defensive overall. So, Earth is really kind of lacking one of 2 things for me. I need a healer, and I need a really kind of like damage output character. You know, having a max duped out Lloyd is obviously nice, but even max dupes, he's still only barely passing 2k attack. So that's kind of my issue there. And then Crest, when he gets that extra 10 levels, when we eventually get another Earth event for me to farm stuff, you know, he'll be a little bit better, but I'm not expecting him to be anything too crazy. So yes, I really do need a damaging Earth unit and a healer Earth unit. I also would not mind an actual, like, real healer for fire, because while Muzella does have first aid, that's not going to get you through a lot of harder content. Just having that one first aid, you know, every 2 or 3 turns. So I would not mind an actual fire unit that has, like, a regular heal art and then, like, a team heal art for the Mystic art. Oh yeah, Edna's really good. I gave, you know, that banner a few single summons. I was able to get Kong Wei from that, but, you know, Edna definitely would have been nice, but I think, yeah, Maid Kohaku would be nice, if I ever did pull her, but I'm just kind of thinking future banners that would kind of have my attention, because I'm not going to summon on a banner, you know, hoping for Maid Kohaku or something, because they're not featured, so with the pool as big as it is now, it'd be very hard to even pull them. And then the Earth, so Fire and Earth are colors I'm kind of looking at. Wind, like I said, I'm not really looking at. And then Water, I'm kind of looking at as well. Because Water, I don't really have a... I mean, Earhart's pretty attack heavy. She's not bad. But she's still not like... I guess she's fine. She's not like Velvet attack heavy, but I feel like Earhart's pretty balanced, so I guess damage-wise we're okay with that kind of unit. I'll have to see how Sophie's gonna look when I get her up to 100 as well. And then Mikleo and Aegis are both kind of like low in terms of attacking power. Aegis is definitely more defense heavy, and then Mikleo is kind of more AoE kind of unit based for his arts and stuff, so he's pretty low. So I definitely need a healer for Water as well, is what I'm also looking for. So if either of the, you know, if the Saray for whatever reason for Christmas ends up being Water and he has like a heal, you know, maybe I'd consider doing that. And then maybe if Mikleo ends up being like Fire or Earth, or, you know, something like that and has a heal, then maybe I'll consider that. But I think for the most part, I think I'm going to be skipping the Saray and Mikleo banner. Earhart has 3600 attack when fully awakened. Yeah, so she's pretty... So damage-wise, I think I'm fine for the most part on Water. So, yeah, we'll just have to see. You know, the banner details will be out in roughly, what, 5 hours? So we'll see what Saray and Mikleo are going to do soon. But I think overall I'm just going to keep saving, see what the new... Because what should happen is we should get this banner, and then we'll get our next EX unit, you know, probably around December, between December 8th and December 10th. And then after the EX unit should be 2 brand new SSRs. You know, whether they're SRs getting SSRs or just 2 brand new characters. So we'll see there. And then obviously due to data mines, most people know what around New Year's, well, around Christmas itself, what the banner is actually going to be. So we'll have to see what that ends up being like as well. But other than that, I think we can actually finally hop into the story. I think we've waited long enough. So let's hop in here. So obviously where we left off, to kind of recap, Kanata woke up in the middle of the night because he heard a voice, and then he found out that Sonia is actually, you know, was his father's other daughter. I would say sister, but they don't really know each other yet, so I don't think Kanata would call her his sister yet. So yeah. So we're just gonna have to see where that kind of leads. If Sonia is gonna find out that Kanata is actually Kanata, because she's obviously blind. Skip MA animations for a quick one. Nah. I'm not in any rush to get stuff done. I don't like skipping Mystic Guard animations. I think they look fine. So yeah, let's hop in.
私は絶対に許せない。コーディ父さんを殺したトガビトを、トガビト彼方に罰を。
All right, we can do this.
まだどこかで生きているというのなら、どうかこの祈りが届くことを心から願います。ビジョンオーブに乗せて。 私の祈りが。
ソニアが父さんの子供。じゃあ、ソニアはそんなことって。
Get it together, Kanata.
カナタ。
ミゼラ。
部屋から。 カナタが出ていくとこが見えたから。どこへ行っていたの？
ミゼラ。俺。
カナタ？
俺はどうしたらいいのかな。
何があったの？そう。ソニアがコーディの。
知らなかったよ。 俺、妹がいたんだ。
It's gotta be rough to find out.
でも、知らなくて当然か。俺は父さんのこと。
Oh, welcome,
知ら
Luna.
なかったんだから。本当の顔も。ずっと知らなかった。
本当って何なのかな。ソニアが言ってたよね。目の悪いソニアのために、コーディがここに住ませてくれたって。 そこにあった優しさは嘘なんかじゃなかったんだと思う。きっとそれもコーディの本当の顔だったんじゃないかな。
でも父さんはミゼラやみんなにひどいことを。
うん、それも本当。だけど
I don't know if I'd be able to see that, so props to you, Mizawa.
ってことだよ。
なんだよそれ。あんまりじゃないか。父さんはひどいやつで。 悪いやつで、だから死んで当然だったって思ってたのに、思いたかったのに。
カナタ、
ソニアにとってはいいお父さんだったっていうの。じゃあ俺のやったことはソニアにとって俺は。
分かっていたつもりだったけど、辛いね。罪を抱えて生きるのって。久
そひそ話なら見つからへんようにやってほしいわ。あれじゃ丸見えやんな。
軽口はよせ。彼方の気持ちも考えろ。
真面目な顔して考えたったらカナボンが楽になるんか。
すまんね。寝るわ。
おいビシャス、彼方に何か言ってやることはないのか。
ねえよ、そんなもん。道を決めるのはあいつだ。いつだってね。
Not wrong. Oh yeah, the OST is amazing. That scene, that's one way to open a scene for sure. Oh boy. Alright, well I guess we're heading to the engineer's house, because we still have a ship that needs fixing. Which, obviously we're on normal, so it's not like this is gonna be... Oh! Where's the I guess there's gonna be a story portion here. Well, I guess this is the team we're using.
みんなおはよ
おはよう。
う。早速技術者さんの家に行ってみようよ。もう帰ってきてるかもしれないしさ。よーし、張り切っていくぞ。
なんや無理に明るくして痛々しい。
Yeah, even for Kanata, it's
いい
forced.
な、どうかした？
なんでもあらへんよ。カナボンは今日も男前やな思ってただけや。
私も行く。結局村の人たちは化身の情報なんて持ってなかったから、他に当てがあるとしたらその技術者だけ。
じゃあ一緒に行こう。化身のことも。
Yeah, the fixed quests can be annoying, but overall there aren't that many, so it doesn't bother me too much.
ごめんください。誰かいませんか？やっぱりいないのかな。
Showing Rita there kind of spoiled it, though. I mean, for someone who was just watching the story.
んなのめんどくせえよ。どけ。
何やってるの
This
か。
is gonna be like Vesperia?
ドアを蹴破るなんて。
Vicious is gonna get caroled?
誰かいるじゃねえか。
何よあんたたちいきなり。さてはやっ
Hi, Rita.
と盗賊ね。いい度胸だわ。全員
God.
返り討ちにしてやる。燃え尽きなさい。あなた危ない。ここは必殺ビシャスの盾。
Oh my.
危ないところだったわ。
いやいや、ビシャス燃えてるから。現在進行形で危ないから。
直撃を免れるとはやるわね。だったらもう一発。
待て、落ち着け。誤解は至極当然だが、俺たちは野党でも盗賊でもない。ここに住むという技術者に用があってきたんだ。君は助手か？技術者が今どこにいるか教え
They
て
are
く
me.
れないか？
なんだ、私に用があってきたの？ずいぶん乱暴な訪問してくれたものね。
じゃあまさか君が？
リタ・モルディオよ。技術者なんて自分で名乗ったことないけど、この村でそう呼ばれてるのはまあ私しかいないでしょうね。
こんな子供が技術者だと？
Oh, nice. You downloaded
年は
Tales of the
関
Rays?
係ないでしょ。頭でっかちで古臭い考え方ね。
None of them have brains.
古臭い。
もしかしてずっとおったん？昨日も訪ねたんやけど。
ああ、研究に夢中になってたから気づかなかったんでしょ。どうせ訪ねてくるのなんてつまんないやつばっかだし。
She was here the whole
セメリの
time.
言ってた通り、気難しい人みたいだね。
で、何の用なの？
俺たちの船に搭載されているマナの変換器が故障してしまったんだ。よければ修理を頼めないだろうか？
いや、めんどい。
即答？
なんで私が見ず知らずのあんたたちのために働かなきゃなんないのよ。
それは確かにそうだが。
暑かった。この野郎。
Oh, he's alive.
大した魔術使いやがる。
褒めてもやらないもんはやらないわよ。
金払えばいいのか？
お金あるの？
全然ねえよ。
ダメじゃない。なんでちょっと誇らしげなのよ。ああ、もう話になんない。研究の邪魔だから帰って帰って。
いや、そういうわけには。俺たちには どうしても船が必要なんだ。
そんなの私の知ったこっちゃ。あえこの反応、まさか。あんたたち、変なもの持ってない？
変なもの？
もざもざーってしてる黒い魔物から取れたものとか、体の一部とか。
I think that'd be Velvet.
もしかして
Or
俺のこと
that,
やろ
okay.
それー、あんたたち、それどこで手に入れたのよ。
魔物から攻撃を受けた時に。っていうか、船の変換器周辺にまだいっぱいへばりついてたよね。
本当に結晶がまだいっぱいあるの？
決心の結晶がそんなに珍しいの？
決心？まさかそれがあのもざもざした魔物の名前なの？あんたたち。
Never thought I'd see Rita and Velvet
決
having
心
a
に興味がある
conversation.
の？
当たり前でしょ。なんたって今の私の一番の研究対象なんだから。うん、なるほど。そうなってくると事情
Now she's
が
gonna
変
help
わって
us.
くるわね。わかったわ。あんたたちの船の変換器、私が見てあげる。本当に？その代わり船にある結晶は全部私によこしなさい。それと決心について知ってることも
So
全部
demanding for
教
a
えて。
15-year-old.
そんなのお安いご用だよ。ベルベットもいいよね。
決心を研究してるって言ったわね。じゃああんたの知識もこっちにちょうだい。
交換条件ってわけね。もちろんいいわよ。そうと決まれば善は急げ。さあ行くわよ。さっさと案内しなさい。
分かったよ。
なんて目まぐるしい展開なんだ。
にぎやかでええやないの。ほな頑張ってこ。
That's for sure. Alright, well, are these the Mystic Art? Yeah, it's the Mystic Art versions. They all have, gauges. Interesting. I don't have a Kanata. Well, I don't have SSR Kanata, so, actually getting to use him is very, new to me. Raven still gets bullied by people. Yup. Yeah, I mean, it didn't really need to be a fixed fight. Maybe it's just to give people a chance to use characters if they don't have them. Like this original Rita, I obviously don't have, so. And I get to use a Mystic Art version of Yuna, who I also don't have. But yeah, overall, I guess it's just to use the characters here.
これじゃ話にならないわね。
Yeah, I played Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross a little bit when it released, but I've actually never watched the series, so I didn't really get into it. Alright, we still fixed fighting? Nope, I can use my own team, so it's recommended element wind. Perfect, just like this event. So I actually get to use these guys.
さあ行こう。
ちょうど準備運動が終わったところだよ。
炎よ燃え上がれ。熱波旋風時。ドヤーンエンセスト。
手間をかけさせないで。
We're not gonna need to heal, probably for most of this. Yeah, I'll probably watch it at some point.
終わらせよう。俺たちの手で。
決着をつけるわよ。
This should take them all out, I feel like. Almost.
限界を剣を吠え来年総評が。
この勝利を糧に先に進もう。
And the only reason Alicia's on this team is because she gives event bonus. Skit time!
なるほど。人の罪が具現化した姿が化身ってわけね。
私も人から聞いただけだけどね。
なかなか信憑性のある説ね。それが事実だと考えると、ビジョンオーブと化身に似た性質が含まれてたのにも説明がつくわ。
似た性質。なぜそんなことがわかるんだ？
調べたからに決まってるでしょ。
バカな。ビジョンオーブは人あらざる者の技術。どんな技術者や魔術師をもってしても構造を理解することなど不可
Clearly
能
you've
という
never
ような
met
定
Rita
説は
Mordio.
知らないわよ、そんな定説。できたもんはできたんだからしょうがないでしょ。
どうやらリタは思っていたよりも
More of a
優秀な
researcher
技
than
術
an
者だったらしい
engineer.
な。
人は見かけによらないね。
殴るわよ。
もう殴ってるし。
言動は年相応なんやけどな。天才っておもろいわ。
You really do gotta be careful with your words, Kanata. Oh, that was funny.
生きて帰れると思わないことも。
Alright, let's beat him up.
邪魔するやつ倒すだけよ。手間をかけさせない。
息切れしそう。待ってられない。
生きて帰れると思わないこ
ちょうど準備運動が終わったところだよ。させられないの。魚けつなけ。
Yeah, we're not gonna need that second Mystic Art.
ギリギリだぞ。
Any suggestions for farming diamond cubes on Rising Steel? I guess just, you know, do the story, do the events. That's pretty much it. I mean, they have some new missions where if you just keep using, you know, specific characters a certain amount of times, there's some mission completions for that too. Oh yeah, I want to showcase Raven's Mystic Art. It's so odd looking at Raven's Mystic Art in a game like this, because his cut-in doesn't appear at the same time.
私とあんまり年も変わらないのに技術者なんて。
別にすごくないわよ。好きなことやってたら周りが勝手に騒ぎ出したってだけ。おかげでいろんな会合とかから勧誘受けてこっちはいい迷惑よ。
でも知識や能力が必要とされるなんて素晴らしいことじゃない？
そうかしら。誰でも誰かからは必要とされてるもんじゃないの？あんたのことだって必要としてる人はいるんじゃない？ま、知らないけど。
Wow, Rita insight.
そうだね。彼方が苦しんでるなら私が何とかしてあげなきゃ。まっすぐな彼方が私にはずっと必要だから。
Oh, that's your character arc you still need to work through. It's funny how Mizel is the one trying to give Kanta advice when she has her own advice she needs to be taking. See if we can get Raven's Mystic Art off
手
here.
間をかけさせない。
止まってられない。
スイカ割りで鍛えた実力を見せるよ。これがきっと最後よ。ちょうど準備運動が終わった。
No, we're not gonna get it. Oh well. Might have to wait for a harder stage. It takes more than 2 turns to beat.
私から逃げられるとでも思った？
Oh, Anyone who's completed the chapter, how many parts are there? If anyone knows. What was last chapter? I think last chapter was like 12 or something. Oh, it had 13, but 13 was just story-based. Oh, so there's 4 more, so what, it goes to like, oh, it goes to 10? Okay. So it's just 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, a little bit shorter. But I mean, I guess the only story that we're really doing here is fixing the ship. Yeah, she still suffers, but the character arc that Mizella is going to have to go through is where she needs to eventually realize that she doesn't need Kanata. Like, obviously, yes, she wants to be there for her. She wants for him. She wants to support him, but she still treats him like he's this, like, I don't know. She puts him on this pedestal, like she can't live her life without him. And I think she needs to. That's gonna be her character arc, realizing that she needs to be okay with herself first. Oh, well, don't tell me what the ending is. I don't want. We're obviously gonna play it right here. Oh, and thank you, Jared. That's very nice of you to say. I'm glad my stuff can help people out. Alright, Raven, let's see if we can pull it off. Obviously, Raven's not the heaviest hitter in the game, but him having AoE abilities definitely helps.
邪魔するやつ倒すだけよ。
I was honestly, before they, when they first revealed Raven was going to be a unit, I was heavily expecting Love Shot to be one of his abilities, but I guess they figured there's already enough healing for Wind right now. We don't have like a true Wind healer, for like Mystic Art and stuff, but you could double up with Summer Earheart and Kohaku, and that's pretty solid. Yeah, it's not even gonna fill that up. Alright, looks like we're already back at the shore.
これが俺たちの船だ。
じゃあ早速動力室に案内するね。
すごい！これ全部化身の結晶？本当に全部もらっていいわけ？
うん。それは構わないけど。
変換器の方も見てくれ。そういう約束だろ。
あ、そっちね。どうだ？ダメね。マナの変換に必要な術式版が完全に砕けちゃってるわ。
直せないってこと？
そうね。直すのは無理。でも新しく作ることはできるはずよ。
そんなことが可能なのか？
私を誰だと思ってんの？
Yeah, it'll be 2 months, cause next month we'll definitely get a side chapter.
落ち着きなさいよ。新しく作るんだから。
And then I'm guessing Orwin's chapter will be chapter 7, and that'll start in January, so we'll probably get a banner for him in February.
鉱石でいけると思うけど、問題は。
Which is crazy to think about, over 6 months of the game being out before we actually get him as a summonable unit.
一体化しちゃったみたいなのよ。あんたたちの言う化身って魔物にね。
化身が？
もしかしてそれがベルベットが探してた大物の化身なのかな？
そうらしいわね。鉱石と一体化したことで 居場所をつかみきれなかったのかも。
That's interesting.
不純物によって雑音が生じたということか。
私としてはそいつも
I mean, there's a lot of characters that could be the next side story.
さすがに一人じゃ手に負えない
If they pick a character, you know, we've obviously met
俺
before.
たちでそいつを倒すよ。そうすれば功績も手に入るんだよね。
私も行くわ。決心は私が滅ぼす。
Oh yeah, it's like the end game. Yeah, definitely.
じゃあ行ってらっしゃい。私はここの結晶をきれいに採取しなきゃだから。
うん。じゃあリタはここで待っててよ。俺たちで必ず。
You know, you even think about Symphonia. You don't. I think what Regal is the final character, which is ironic because he's the final one in Rays too. But you don't get him till like if you're playing for your first time, you're probably like almost 40 hours in by the time you actually get him as a party member. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, so in terms of side stories, there's so many characters they could do with who we've met before. You know, we could get one for, we already got one for Farah, so I don't expect one for, Raid. But, you know, we've got Vague. We ran into Vague. We've got Senel. We could definitely get a Senel one now that we could see what happens after he left us. Which would be pretty fitting, I feel like. And then, of course, you know, like you said, Sophie. Sophie's definitely, we don't know what's happening with her. But, yeah, it'll just be interesting to see who the next side story ends up being. Although we have like a month before we find out anyway. Alright, let's go hunt us a monster. Yeah, we got Lloyd, Colette, and then it was, who else was with them? I think Archie was with them too. Oh, we're using fire now. But yeah, we got like Lloyd and Colette for like 2 seconds. I was so annoyed that they baited me with that. It was like, oh, they're in the story, but not really. Oh, Genus was there too? Okay.
ほとんど移動はしないらしい。
じゃあそこに行って化身を倒せば功績が手に入るんだね。
またこの雑魚魔物だらけの森突っ切っていくのかよ。めんどくせえ。
あら、その声は皆さん。
ソニア。
なんや、また一人でお出かけか。見てるこっちが怖なるわ。
大丈夫ですよ。今日はもう帰るところですから。本当にこのくらい変なカッパです。
ソニア。
はい、どうかしましたか？
あ、いや、ごめん、なんでもない。
あ、そうですか。じゃあ私は村に戻ります。皆さんはどこかお出かけですか？
ああ、ちょいと遠足にな。
それは楽しんできてください。それではまた。
ソニア、俺は。
Oh boy.
何ぼさっとしてんだ。行くぞ。
うん。
行くぜ。遅れんなよ。
ここは僕だけで十分だ。
We have the entire Susteria cast as playable characters for the entire OG. Wait, do we really? Saray, Mikleo. I guess, yeah, if you don't, like, not as SSRs, we've got... Wow, we really do. We have the entire Susteria playable cast already. That's crazy. To be fair, a lot of them were SRs, you know, from launch. But that is... I didn't even think about that. We have the whole Susteria cast. I'm hoping that the first Luke seasonal we get is a short-haired version of him. I don't expect it will be. I think like for example, let's say we get like a White Day Luke or something. Probably still going to be his long-haired version, but I hope at some point we get a short-haired variant. My favorite Tales game, Symphonia, definitely.
次で最後ね。
I guess they just figured, you know, for popularity sakes, because, I mean, at the end of the day, this is a gacha game, so we're gonna have far more Sarays, Velvets, Yuris, than we will, like, Vague, or, Kyle, or, you know, Cress. Which is unfortunate, but that's just how the gacha world works. But I do think at least every playable party member from regular Tales games will probably have an SSR at some point, because the method that they're kind of following, or the pattern, is that we get 2 new well, if you don't count the EX units, we get 2 new characters every month, because they usually do, at the beginning of the month we have a seasonal banner, then in the middle is 2 new regular characters, and then at the end of the month is seasonals again. So if they continue on this trend, then they're just going to work their way through all the characters eventually. So that should be good. So if you are waiting on a specific character, they should come at some point. They might not ever get a seasonal, but they'll at least get an SSR.
行くわ。
There's really only a few characters that, regardless of how they play, I'd probably summon for. Just because I want the character. So like Emil, for example, 100% summoning when he gets an SSR. Sheena, 100% summoning.
声を出して
Dezel, 100%.
しまった 痛い目を見たいようだな。僕は僕だけで
To be fair though, Emil's game only has like 2 actual party members. It's just Emil and Marta. Oh yeah, 25th anniversary stream should be cool. Hopefully they have some interesting... Hopefully they finally have something to tell us about Arise. You know, it's been like a year and several months since our last, like, anything on it. Richter, I feel like Richter would probably be a EX banner, because they seem to save the villains for EX units. You know, obviously besides Kronos.
何さっきからブスッとしてんだよ。似合ってねえぞ。
ねえビシャス。ビシャスはトガオニなんだよね。
Give us some lore, please.
なんだその当たり前の質問。
罪を犯してきたんだよね。ビシャスは。そのことで恨まれたり、蔑まれたり。辛くはなかったの？
別にそんなもんいちいち気にしてたってしょうがねえじゃん。
そっか。ビシャスは強いもんね。
ま、今はってだけだ。今は気にならねえな。他人に何言われようと。
That's how it is now.
昔は気にしてたってこと？
さあ、昔のことなんて忘れちまった。
なんだよそれ。
他人の感情は所詮他人のもんだ。俺がどうこうできるもんじゃねえだろ。
恨まれてもどうしようもないってこと？
恨みも怒りも上等だよ。誰に何言われてもそれでも生きて立ってるしかねえ。それが罪を背負うってことなんじゃねえの？
罪を背負う。
Yeah, Tales of Asteria will still probably go on for another couple of years. I think they're at least going to finish this story that they're kind of doing. There's still one more chapter in the current arc, and then the next arc will probably start in January or February. But, yeah, Asteria is the most unforgiving of the 3 Tales gachas. Like, if you're just looking to play one Tales game, I would recommend Crestoria or Raise. Because Asteria is, especially with the summon rates, like, for example, Crestoria is a character gacha. The SSR rate is 5%, but in Asteria, I think the SSR rate is like 3%, and then you have like a 12% chance that the final SSR or the final unit in a multi will be in a 5-star. So it's very, usually it's one of those games where you have to like save for months and then just you pick one banner that you're going to go all in on to try and get that one unit. Yeah, he gets a bit of backstory, but it's still just like, what? But clearly there's something, you know, whether it's Vicious doesn't want to remember his past, or he does and he just doesn't want to tell Kanata about it, there's clearly something there. You know, they kind of indirectly drop that he used to care what people think, so be interesting to eventually see, you know, 2 or 3 years into the game when they finally decide to tell us about Vicious. Yeah, I would honestly just play, if you're looking for a character gacha, I would just play Crestoria over Asteria. I really, it's hard to recommend Asteria this late, you know, in the game. I've been playing Asteria for like 4 years now, so I'm not going to stop now until the game actually shuts down, but it's really hard to recommend it to new players. When you get the fixed quest again, turn off the speed for something cool. Okay. I think I know what you're referring to, because I did see we're gonna have some, I'm not gonna say who they are because I'm not gonna spoil people who are watching for the first time, but there are some guest characters we're gonna get to use for the first time, so I'll be very interested to, and they're characters I really wasn't expecting to see as guest characters. Yeah, in terms of Tales gachas, I would just recommend, you know, if you want regular Tales gameplay, play Raise. And then if you just want a good Tales, you know, gacha you can actually read, just play Crestoria. $38, I know it's a triple thing, but still seeing 38,000 damage for loot is crazy. Oh yeah, that's another thing that okay, there's 2 things I want Raise to add that Asteria has. The first thing is I want Raise to add stamina gels, because I'm tired of having to use my summon currency to refill my stamina if I need to farm events more. And then the other thing that Asteria has that I hope Crestoria gets eventually is you can set it to auto rerun the same mission over and over. So you could literally set it, you know, you could use 3-4 stamina gels, let your phone go on auto. It'll go on auto for half an hour, 40 minutes, however long it takes to do all those missions. And if you manage to rank up, it'll go even longer. That would be kind of nice. Oh yeah, I missed Tales of Link too. Tales of Link I didn't go as deep on it as I did, as I probably should have, or wanted to. But it was a fun game for what it was. But yeah, Raise definitely needs stamina items at some point. I think that's the biggest thing it's still lacking. You know, you can play normal events and story for a while and then just stock up those stamina items for something you'll really need it for, like Spirit Gear or something.
一つ分かったことがある。俺はさ、ミゼラ、本当の意味で罪を背負いきれてなかったんだと思う。
Here we go.
父さんは悪人だった。殺されて当然だった。そうやって俺は自分の罪を正当化してたんだ。最初は分かってたつもりだった。だけど旅をしてるうちに俺は正しかったって。I
think Link was okay in terms of generosity. I just didn't like how the awakening system worked, because it basically forced you to pull dupes to awaken the units.
間違ってるって決めつけて。 俺たちは間違って
Like, imagine if Crestoria, you couldn't get a unit to 100 unless you pulled like 5 dupes.
でも違うんだよね。確かにビジョンオーブは正しいものじゃないけど、それでも
Yep, that's the fate of gacha games. They only last as long as they're making money.
父さんをこの手で殺したんだから。
私も同じだよ、カナタ。
ミゼラ、
私のせいでネイシュは死んでしまった。今でも思い出すと胸が苦しい。夢でうなされることもある。罪を犯してしまったんだから、それは当たり前の報いなのに。でも心のどこかで救われたい自分がいる。
Having guilt like that is
罪のこ
rough.
となんて忘れてしまいたい思いがあるの。最低。
ミゼラ、罪を背負って生きるのって難しいね。
でも
そうだね。そこから逃げちゃいけない。それだけのこと。
Yeah, that's why I'm not really worried about going for full dupes at all times on Crestoria. You know, I'm fine with pulling a copy of the character because, like, for example, a lot of the starting units, I'm starting to, you know, like Luke and Lloyd, for example, I have them maxed out already, and it's not like I was even chasing them. I just happened to pull dupes for them. So eventually I'll get more dupes. You know, I feel like Leon's probably going to be one of the harder ones because he's obviously an EX unit, and I have one dupe in him thanks to the Transcendent Battle with Douse.
くだらん。すぐに片付けるぞ。どこも敵だらけじゃねえか。さっさと片付けちまおうぜ。よーし、行くぞ。ディオン、遅れるなよ。行くぜ。遅れるなよ。
Get through this real quick.
最後ね。
仕留めてやる。
40,000 damage on that weak enemy.
怖い相手でして。でももしかして
I totally forgot Mikyu was
心
even
配
here.
してくれてるの？日給。私は大丈夫だよ。少し反省しているだけだから。カナタが罪から目をそらしてること、本当は気づいてた。だけど何も言えずに。ダメだよね。それじゃカナタはいつだって正しい。
Alright, well now here's your issue you have to get over.
だから間違えたら正せる私じゃなきゃいけなかったのに。でももう大丈夫よ。次からは私は間違えないようにする。カナタが正しくあるために私も正しくなくちゃ。なんか吹っ切れたらお腹空いちゃった。どこかに
Okay,
美味しそうな
stop.
も
No.
のないかしら。冗談だってば。
You can make jokes? Okay, maybe she is growing a little bit. Alright. A locked party with Kanata and Aegis. Alright. I think this is probably the one that people were saying I should play normally.
リタの言っていた場所はこの辺りのはずだが。
いる。どうやらこの腕に呼ばれて出てきたみたいね。
来るぞ。一気に切り抜ける。
Just a giant rock monster. We can handle this. How strong could it be? Oh. I take it back.
攻撃が効いてない。
鉱石を取り込んだことで体が硬質化しているのか。
どうすれば。
Yeah, we can turn that back on. We're getting beat up.
虚空を引き裂く在その身に刻め石火熱雷山
It's like nothing.
気泡の刃一撃ヒット全デッドスピア
やっぱり全然効いてないよ。このままじゃ。
ちょっとどいててくれるかな。
誰なの？
正義の味方って言ったら信じちゃう？
アシッド、真面目にやれ。
手は動かしてるんだから怒らないでよ、ボルテ。
手だけを動かせ。口は邪魔だ。やるぞ。
すごい。なんて威力。
鉱石が砕けた。今なら。
あとはお任せします。
ちゃちゃっとやっといてね。なんだてめえら偉そうに。
リシャス、今は敵をやるよ。
Fight your enemy. Oh wow, they are party members here. Which banner should you pull first? Yeah, I would do the guaranteed stuff, definitely. All right. I want to see. Oh, these guys have Mystic cards, so let's see what they look like. I swear, if these guys get a banner before Orwin, I'm gonna laugh. I doubt they will because they're obviously not our allies, but. What's his other art? Kick stick battery? Okay. Okay, so he's got a buff. That's nice. No, there's no healing. None of these 4 units have a heal. Alright, let's see it. What does he do? Oh, they have a dual Mystic Art. Huh. I assume it's the same thing? Yeah.
お先にどうぞ。まだ死ぬなよ、おい！今楽にしてあげます。塵と消えなさい。
That's pretty cool, though. There'll be a fun set of units to use at some point.
なんとか勝てた。
おおきに、あんたらが助けてくれたおかげや。
どういたしまして、美人なお姉さん。
あなたたちは？
僕はホルテ。こっちは弟のアシッドです。2人で世界中を旅しているしがない魔導士ですよ。
Oh, I'm sure.
よろしくにゃん。
フォルテとアシッドか。どうもありがとう。おかげで助かったよ。
お気になさらずに。
Oh, it's a 6. I mean, that explains why it was hitting so hard. 600% Mystic Art. Jeez. Now we're using Dark. Okay. Oh, nice. You got Velvet? Well, you're gonna be set. I mean, you pulled Kohaku and then Velvet. That's pretty good for wind.
リータが変換器を作ってくれるはずだ。
ほな、戻るとしますか。
僕たちもご一緒していいですか？今日はこの近くの村に泊まろうと思っているので。
村なら通り道だよ。案内するから一緒に行こう。
おお、優しいじゃん。感謝感激雨あられって
Sweetheart, huh?
ね。みんな気を抜くな。
Alright, we can put speed back to normal now.
俺たちはここで止まるわけにはいかないんだ。
そこをどけ。二度は言わん。まとめて根絶やしにしてやろう。
ショータイ
怯えるのはこれからだ。
ム。あと少しだ。一気に決めるぞ。ここで決着をつけて。
I still need 2 more dupes for Kronos. I haven't pulled a dupe for him with the arena tickets in a while. Wonder if they ever will change the arena character or like revamp the banner so there's like another SSR you can get. Guess they want to see if everyone can get full dupes at some point first.
痛い目を見たいようだな。あった、俺様のミリキに引き寄せられちゃったってか。
No zealous, no one is captivated by your beauty.
そこをどけ。二度は言わん。
はしない。覚悟するんだな。俺様の技術はハッピーな夢だけとは限らない。目覚め決着をつけて。
怯えるのはこれからだ。
そこか。こんなものか。甘く見られて認めてやろう。
Have they noticed? That doesn't sound sketchy.
ねえ、フォルテとアシッドは俺たちがトガ人だって気づいてないのかな。
何も反応がないということはそうだろうな。村に着くまで気づか
I
な
would
いという
assume they would know what the Great
気づ
Transgressor
かせて
looks
戦
like.
闘になっても面白いんじゃねえ？
なぜお前はすぐ戦いたがるんだ。
強いやつ見たら戦
He's so eager for a brawl all the time, but he hates dealing with monsters.
それはお前だけだ。
なになに、何の話してんの。俺も混ぜてよ。
あ、いや、なんでもないよ。
言えないっての。はは、わかったぞ。わかっちゃったぞ。エロ話だな。
No.
だよなだよな。男子が集まったらそれしかねえもんな。
お前結構ノリいいじゃん。
エロ話に乗らずして男子を名乗れるかって
Oh
いうの。
lord.
まったくだ。お前とはいい酒が飲めそうだな。
付き合うよ。俺下戸だけど。
じゃあ俺が2人分飲んでやるから気にすんな。
なんか意気投合しちゃってるね。
品のない会話だ。
Yeah, it's better that the game works rather than, you know, just adding more and more stuff. Alright, let's keep moving.
行くぞ。俺に続いてくれ。
容赦はしない。覚悟するんだな。
そこをどけ。二度は言わぬ。
あった俺様のミリキに引き寄せられちゃったってか。
己が在庫を思い知れ。
ここで決着をつけて。
そろそろラストだ。と派手に決めよう
He's a
ぜ。
very interesting individual, that's for sure.
俺たちはここで止まるわけにはいかないんだ。勝ちましたね、マイちゃんが。
俺様の技術は
Getting a decent amount of gleamstones here, which is nice.
追人じゃ。いったショータイム。あったん、俺様のミリキに引き寄せられちゃったってか。
44,000.
財宝を思い知れ。来るがいい。まとめて根絶やしにしてやろう。なかなかに楽しませ
Yeah, it'll be interesting when they actually become units. I mean, if they gave them Mystic Arts, they're obviously going to be playable at some point. Kind of interesting they didn't make a story banner with them.
いえ、兄弟にしてもそっくりだなって思ったの。あなたたち。
僕とアシッドは双子ですからね。しょっちゅう見間違いされますよ。
せやろな。そんだけ似てた
When
ら
their
間違
banner
う
releases in
わ。
2 years. Yeah, I know,
せ
right?
やけど双子っていろいろおもろいことできそうで夢があってええな。
面白いこと。
例えば知らん人の前に一人が出てってもう一人が背後から飛び出して驚かしたり、完全に重なるようにして友達んとか走ってって途中で別れて分裂したように見せたり、1個しかもらえへんおやつまだもらってへん言うて一人で2人分もらうのもおもろいかもな。
Oh boy.
ねえ、面白かったです。それ全部やりましたから。
全部やったの？
うちも双子に生まれたかったわ。そしたら面倒なことはもう一人に全部押し付けて楽できるはずやのに。
Oh boy.
ああ、それは難しいと思いますよ。だって二人ともそういう風に考えますから。
なるほどやな。都合よくはいかへんか。
Oh yeah, no, I know we've met them before. They work basically for, you know, the kingdom we're fighting against. So it'll be interesting to see how they end up being our enemies. And that's probably why there's not a banner for them yet, because obviously they're going to be our enemies before they're our allies. I'm sure they'll join us eventually, though.
俺様の技術はハッピーな夢だけとは限らないぜ。
来るがいい。まとめて根絶やしにしてやろう。
追人じゃ。いったショータイム。俺たちはここで止まるわけにはいかないんだ。
そこをどけ。二度は言わない。
俺様のミリキに引き寄せられちゃったってか。
Honestly, Leon being my powerhouse, he should probably be towards the end of the rotation more.
当然だ。我を
君が選んだ。
We'll take that. Yeah, Eleanor is too, but we know Eleanor is gonna be joining us eventually. Up, more velvet.
痛い目を見たいようだな。
Oh, looks like we're gonna do a fight before we get the story part.
あったん、俺様のミリキに引き寄せられちゃったってか。
そこをどけ。二度は言わぬ。
Yeah, they do. I remember the last scene, you know, in that side story we saw, they were like experiments that they were working on or whatever.
来るがいい。まとめて根絶やしにしてやろう。無駄だ。
邪魔だ。俺様かっこいい。
Oh, this one's great.
美しい。
ゼロスっていつも自信満々ですごいよね。
んだよ、羨ましいってか。俺様になりたいか。
なりたくはないな。
へこむわ。
Nah. Emil with the burn.
ここまでね。私はもう行くわ。決心も倒したし、ここにはもう用はない。
そっか。これからも化身を倒すの？
ええ。この腕に導かれるまま化身を見つけて殺していくわ。そうすれば いずれ必ずミラとも会えるはずだから。あんたたちはあんたたちでせいぜい頑張りなさい。それじゃあね。
ベルベット、
何？
本当にミラを殺すの？ミラを殺しても弟さんは戻ってこない。それに殺したらベルベットも罪を背負うことになる。罪を背負って生きるってとっても辛いことなんだ。
かなた、
復讐なんて意味がないよ。だから
言いたいことはそれだけ？意味があるかどうかを決めるのはあんたじゃない、私よ。何一つ取り戻せなくても罪を背負うことになっても私は後悔しない。私の選んだ生き方だから。
そんな生き方悲しすぎる。
何度も言わせないで。悲しみすらも私が選んだことよ。それに私にはあんたの方がよっぽどフラフラしてるように見えるわ。あんたは自分の生き方を肯定できるの？自分に正直に生きてるって言える？
それは
I'd say it's pretty safe to say Milla somehow ran into
後ろ
Jude.
めたいことがない人間なんていないんだから。でも犯した罪を後悔して勝手に感情移入されるのは迷惑なのよ。それがあんたの優しさだとは分かっているけどね。
ベルベット。
じゃあね、トガビトさん。次会ったら私も罪を背負っているかもしれないけど、それでもまっすぐ歩いていてみせるわ。
That was her way of being nice, I suppose. Very nice, Luna. It looks like you got a nice setup of characters pretty fast. Alright, well, Cascade, we already knew that she was, like, basically the god of this whole system, you know, even before the game came out, because that's what her synopsis basically said on the Crestoria website. I'll be interested to see when we first run into her. Ooh, I get to use light now, so I get to utilize Alicia for a bit here. Yeah, let's swap that, at least. Actually, you know what? Let's swap Emil's, because Alicia's gonna hit harder. Yeah, that's much better. Let's go with that. Not like damage output really matters for this.
よし、では一度村に寄ってから船に戻るとするか。
せやな、双子班を送ってやらなあかんしな。
わざわざどうも。
では行くぞ。
うん、行こ
う。容赦はしないよ。
You would think Aegis, you know, since he used to work there, would know these two. But I guess unless he's just being a really good actor.
休憩のお供は本がいいかな。
読書休憩です。賛成です。
進ませてもらう。倒しがいがありそうだな。
I could have sworn the website said that she was basically just like the god of this world, or maybe it was the trailer that they had for her and the other girl. I guess I should use the other one. Yeah, whatever.
少々気の毒だが手は抜かない。まばゆきライトを力が見るんで生きた。この一瞬に全てを上波熱光線。
僕が勝つのは当然だよ。
Yeah, before the game came out, they had some trailers. Oh, we got some more character episodes. That's kind of nice. That's how they kept promoting the game up to release. Like, they would release trailers and have live streams and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm guessing he never met them. I mean, who knows how long Aegis was really working there, but I just find it strange that he never did.
進ませてもらう。
退くわけにはいかないんです。
なめるな。君がさせ、四十から。
かけて炎の脈動。ブラストストリーク。容赦はしないよ。
正念場です。みんな行きましょう。
さて行くよ。終わりに忌まわしき闇を飲み込む。サイレントエンド。
よかった。勝てました。
また暗くなってんのかよ、カナダ。頭に火つけて無理にでも明るくしてやろうか。
そんな物理的な明るさはいらない。
いやいや、突っ込むなら元気よく突っ込め。
ごめん。考えがまとまらなくてさ。でも、もう少しなんだ。あの時、ビシャスにブラッドシーンをもらった時、俺は罪を後悔しないって決めた。だけど、言うほど簡単じゃなかったよ。罪をちゃんと背負うのって、すごく重たい。心が重た
い。ようやく気づいたのかよ。少しは前進してるってことじゃねえの？
ねえビシャス、俺はどうしたらいいのかな。
お前はどうしたいんだ、カナダ。
俺は
お前が投げ出したいっつうならそうすりゃいい。背負い込みてえっつうなら腹くくればいい。好きにしろよ。どっち選んでも責めたりしね
え。ビシャスってたまに厳しいんだか優しいんだかよくわかんない時あるよね。でも迷ってるところは見たことない。それはすごく強いってことだし、羨ましいな。
買いかぶりすぎだ。迷わねえのは何もねえからだよ。
え？それどういう？
いた！なんで蹴ったの？
意味なんてねえ。蹴りたいから蹴っただけだ。そんくらいのノリでやってみろよ、お前もよ。
やっぱ
We're seeing like glimpses of Vicious's like true emotions kind of leak out a little bit here and there, so that's kind of interesting. Yeah, possibly. I mean, there's really nothing to really tell us one way or the other, if he might have a connection or not, so we will have to see what the story tells us. What I guess I'm more interested in is how the story's gonna kind of work. Because obviously in games, you know, like Asteria and Rays, they're arc-based stories. There's a different villain at the end of each arc, but this is being treated as like a normal Tales story. So you would assume that Cascade would be the big bad at the end of everything. So are we never gonna deal with Cascade until, you know, the game is over? Or are we gonna beat Cascade and then there's gonna be another threat looming at some point? Like, who knows? Killing more enemies.
Let's go.
戦闘が終わったら 少し休憩しませんか？
そうだね。休憩のお供は本がいいかな。
読書休憩です。
覚悟しろ。少々気の毒だが手は抜かない。
容赦はしないよ。
恐れるな。このまま進め。
僕の邪魔をしようなんて随分舐められたものだね。これで終わりにしよう。
Oh, is Crestoria being laggy for you? I guess it just depends how old your device is. You know, some devices, because Crestoria is pretty graphically heavy, so it might just be your device, or I don't know. Yeah, like the first arc itself could literally just be us dealing with Cascade. You know, the whole first year of the game. But we'll see.
ソニアに話す。父さんを殺したトガ人が俺だってこと。
本気なの？
俺はさ、今度こそちゃんと背負いたいんだ。罪を。
Or they could do like, you know, how Ray's and Crestoria or Ray's and Asteria handle it, where it's a 2-arc story.
ちゃんと受け止めなきゃ。
そう。じゃあ、
Like the first arc could be us actually meeting Cascade and getting our butts whooped. And then the second arc is about like training and gathering all our forces to fight against her.
それを彼方一人に押し付けたら、今度は私が逃げたことになる。二人でちゃんと背負おう。今度こそ。
ミゼラ。分かったよ。
聞いた？今の。
ああ。
Hey, you just talk out in the open like that, people are gonna hear things. So they know that they're transgressors now. Let's see how everything ends here. We're probably getting to the end of the story. Well, of this chapter. Which means whatever the big boss is, whether it's our dynamic duo over here or something else, we're probably going to be using our light team for it.
戦闘が終わったら少し休憩しませんか？
そうだね。休憩の。
次はこの新薬。
Oh yeah, there could, yeah, we're gonna see a lot of side stories. I honestly, personally, I would love to see a vague side story next, but we will see who gets the priority here.
覚悟しろ。
僕の邪魔をしようなんて随分舐められたものだね。
I mean, based on the last side story, we know Alicia and Luke are traveling together, which is pretty neat.
少々気の毒だが手は抜かない。
Which is kind of funny because you would think just the normal cast of characters from each Tales game would end up journeying together, but they have different groups now of just everyone going around.
本がいいかな。
読書休憩です。賛成です。
まだまだ。ガンドと行くぞ。
Well, that's a pretty interesting theory about Orwin. Alright, time to tell her the truth.
着いたよ、フォルテ、アシッド。ここが野川の村。
ありがとう、カナタ君。
え？名乗ったっけ、俺。
皆さん。
Oh no, they're gonna say it before he can.
ソニア、俺、君に話が。
彼女がそうですか。では、捕まえましたよ。
ソニアが、話して。
フォルテ、何を？
はいそこ、動いちゃダメ。
Ouch.
なんて威力だ。
あんたら何のつもりや。
てめえら猫かぶってたってわけかよ。
悪いね。短い間だったけど楽しかったよ、マジに。けど俺らと君たちじゃお友達にはなれないんだな、これが。なぜなら信仰が違う。
信仰だと。
何わけわかんないこと言ってるのさ。どうしちゃったの二人とも。
どうしたもこうしたもありませんよ。僕たちは初めから君に会うためにやってきたのだから。
俺に一体どういう。
話して。
Cliffhanger incoming.
だとしてもソニアは関係ないだろ。その子を話してあげて。
ところが関係大ありなんだよね。
さっき君と彼女の関係を聞かせてもらいましてね。これは使えると思ったんですよ。そう、すべては神の再臨のために。
神だ。
何を言っているんだ。
我らは神の使となり、愚かなる咎人、そして咎鬼よ、神への生贄として貴様らを使わせてもらうぞ。
近づけない。くそ。
じゃあね。
そんな。ソニア。
Is that really where it cliffhangers? No! That's horrible! No! Man, part 2 was always supposed to be like the final part. Yep, so we get hard and very hard now. So chapter 7 is going to continue what's been going on now. Oh boy. Well, at least we get hard and very hard. At least there's not like a part 3 or anything, but man. Oh. Well, Sonia's kidnapped. It was very short. Yeah, it was only 4 parts, but I'm guessing that's probably because the story that's kind of being told here is going to continue. Obviously, so like for example, but does that mean we're gonna get it's not, oh, we're not gonna start to save Sonya until like January. God. No, but like for chapter 5, for example, you know, it was just set. It was just Yuna's story, you know, of becoming a transgressor. So it was all settled in like one thing. Whereas this one is like, it's gonna be so it's probably gonna be 2 whole chapters worth of probably trying to save Sonya, or it might be even more than that. For all we know, chapter 7, 2 months. Let's go. For all we know, Sonya being kidnapped could be like most of the whole like first arc of this story. There might be a point where she just gets taken to the capital, and then we just have to wait like to save her until like way later. But man, that cliffhanger. Yeah, and Kanata didn't even get to say. I thought for sure that the twins were gonna call him by his name in front of Sonya, and then Sonya was gonna be like, "Don't save me, don't do this, you know, you're a monster, blah blah blah." But that obviously didn't happen here, and that's something we're gonna have to see later, I suppose. But damn, I wonder. I'm gonna guess like the next part. No, there won't be a part 3. It'll just be a brand new chapter. It's just the story that they're telling is going to bleed into chapter 7. It's still only 2 parts because, as you can see here, we can do hard mode now, and we can do very hard once we're done with that. So this is the full complete chapter 6. We save Sonya when beating Cascade. I mean, it's possible. She could just be the damsel that needs to be saved at the end of the day. Oh yeah, you don't have to rush. I mean, this is a lot of story to kind of get through. When the game first came out, we only had, what, up to Chapter 4, I believe? So we had all of this. So we had from Chapter 1, we had the side stories, all the way to Chapter 4. So the updates that have happened since then are just these 4 right here. We've gotten 2 full chapters and 2 side stories. Yeah, rip people wanted. Orwin's probably not going to be Chapter 7 either. Unless they, like, kind of mix it together where it's like Chapter 7 is our kind of adventure to rescue Sonya, and also whatever his storyline is going to be involved there too. But yeah, there is a chance that Orwin might not even be Chapter 7 either. He might be saved to like Chapter 8. Man, that's crazy. I wasn't expecting a cliffhanger because all the other story chapters up to this point have had like a specific plot that was kind of like tied up pretty nicely by the end of it. This is the first one where we get the entire full chapter and it just ends with us being like, oh crap, we have to save somebody. So yeah, we're gonna have to we'll get whatever side story we're gonna get. Yeah, I think that's possible if that ends up being the case. For sure, 100%. But man. So the next chapter, you know, should start off with us. I assume we'll get back to our boat. Rita's going to be there. I doubt Rita's going to come with us. It'd be cool if she did. But she's most likely not going to come with us. We're probably just going to be like, thanks for saving our ship, and start sailing, like, immediately. And then we'll just see who we run into in that chapter. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the stream. It's shorter than I thought it would have been because obviously the chapter itself was shorter. But you know, we did 2 streams this week. We did the Race chapter 2 days ago, and then we just did the Crestoria chapter, so that was pretty good. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming out. This was a lot of fun. We got left on this horrible cliffhanger. Now I see why people say they hated the ending. It's a good ending, definitely story-wise. It makes you want to know more, but it sucks because we obviously want to know much more much sooner. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. I hope everyone has a wonderful night. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. Hopefully everyone was able to have some good food. But thanks everyone for coming out. I will see you all next time, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. See you all next time, everyone.